Off limits to civilians, off limits to the world. One, Area 51 of Nevada. First, Area 51, which actually doesn't have an official name. Mainly called the Area Code, it's a US Air Force base full of great security and secrecy. Do you know what they're doing here? Officially, it was an aircraft test. There are constant rumors among people saying, isn't there an alien? And isn't it a UFO lab? Interestingly, there was a movement on the internet to attack Area 51 in 2019. Tens of thousands of people expressed their intention to participate, but in reality, only a few gathered and went to the festival. Watch out, photography is strictly prohibited around Area 51. There are warning signs that if you actually try to get close, you will be arrested without warning. What are they really hiding? It's very mysterious and intriguing to see, right? With or without aliens. Area 51 will continue to be a place to inspire people's imagination. What do you think of Area 51? UFOs and aliens, do they really exist? 2. Moscow Metro 2 in Russia. Metro 2. This isn't an official name. It's actually a secret subway built during Stalin's time, which only exists as a rumor. It's also called the double legged because it's located much deeper than Moscow's official metro. It is said to connect the Kremlin, government buildings, and even military facilities. It is designed to allow high-ranking government officials to evacuate quickly in case of emergency or war. But the government has never officially acknowledged the existence of Metro 2. So many people are still working hard to get to the truth about this secret subway. Rumor has it that explorers are trying to find all kinds of entrances. If you go to Moscow, Russia, don't you feel like exploring the secrets of Metro 2 yourself? But be careful, if you go too deep, you might not be able to come out. 3. Australia Fine Gap. Fine Gap. First of all, the name piques curiosity. And this is an American military interception base in the middle of the central Australian desert. You want to be like, oh, what's that? It's located in Australia, but it's one of the spy bases, directly run by the Pentagon. In addition to gathering intelligence via satellite, it's widely rumored to play an important role in hot space surveillance these days, like spacecraft launch surveillance and space junk tracking. Even among Australians, however, there is a mystery about what Fine Gap does. When war or conflict breaks out in many countries around the world, this place is busy. So it's a place full of secrets. But the funny thing is, the Australian government doesn't know everything about what's going on here. But why set up this facility in the middle of Australia? First of all, it's remote and there's very little outside interference. And it was possible thanks to the close relationship between Australia and the United States. 4. Room 39 in Pyongyang, North Korea. Room 39, what the hell is this? It's said to be a key organization that earns foreign currency in North Korea. It's widely rumored that the work here ranges from gold bar trading to making counterfeit bills. These are things you'll see in movies, but can't believe it exists. Can't you believe it? This place raises the luxury of the Kim family and funds for national nuclear development, which is why it is called the secret treasury of North Korea. Doesn't it give you goosebumps just to hear that? The fact that the international community has been doing this secretly is more like a spy movie than a real spy movie. I'm sure there are more secrets hidden in here, isn't it? A pity that we can't know all of them. 5. North Sentinel Island. Have you ever heard of North Sentinel Island? The most isolated island on the planet. This is one of those islands that outsiders should not approach because the Sentinel people who live here completely refuse to contact the outside world. Speaking of which, I'll tell you a funny fact. This Sentinel lives completely unaffected by technology or change in the outside world. They even defend their territory with arrows and spears. One time, a fisherman who went near an island without knowing anything was killed by Sentinel people. Since then, the government has also stepped up its guard, saying, "Don't come near here," North Sentinel Island, which remains a mystery to mankind. Isn't it amazing? But I'm really curious, how do they live completely cut off from modern civilization? Aren't you curious too? But no matter how curious you are, let's not go. Our visits can pose a huge threat to their lives. 6. RAF, Manwith Hill, United Kingdom. Did you know that there is a government agency in the UK looking for UFOs and aliens? RAF, Manwith Hill is the main character. This is in a remote area of North Yorkshire in the UK, preparing for its first contact with aliens. It is famous for its huge domes, which look like giant golf balls to ordinary people. Wow, can you communicate with real aliens? You might think. But in fact, it works closely with the National Security Agency, NSA, to monitor worldwide communications. There are often theories among conspiracy theorists that they are hiding evidence of alien existence, but sometimes it's too much to see anything in person. Access is strictly limited, but it would be fun to walk around Manwith Hill and imagine the mystery. Why don't you go on an imaginary journey? 7. Vatican Secret Archives. Vatican Secret Archives. Like its name, it's a very secret place. What's hidden here? First, it is filled with about 12 centuries of historical material, ranging from medieval church documents, letters from successive popes, and even records related to the Galileo trial. It is unthinkable. Second, you may not think that anyone can see it because it is a secret record, but it can be viewed for research purposes. However, the approval process is a bit tricky. It's not a library for everyone. Third, there are rumors that there are mysterious things like Jesus' cross, sculpture and information about aliens. But this is a bit futile. No one knows if it's true. Vatican Secret Archives, as mysterious and curious as its name, right? 8. Lascaux Cave, France. I'm going to find out about the Lascaux Cave, a treasure hidden in France. Listen carefully. This Lascaux Cave is a place some kids came across while walking their dogs in the 1940s. But it's crazy inside. It's got cave art from 17,000 years ago on the wall. You know, there's cattle and there's deer. It's kind of like social media left behind by ancient humans. But the thing is, they were well preserved for a long time. How? Because of the special environment inside the cave. But since too many people visit the cave, it was closed to the public from 1963 because of the danger of damaging the murals. Sad, but it's a move for us to continue to preserve the wonderful heritage. Of course, you don't have to be disappointed, because they created Lascaux II, a replica of Lascaux Cave, so that people all over the world can appreciate its beauty. Now, even if you don't go all the way to France, you can feel the mystery and charm of ancient art. So, now you know how great the Lascaux Cave is. It's a really special place where you can still feel the ancient breaths to this day. 9. Fukushima Nuclear Power Plant in Japan. It was a huge incident in Japan in 2011. The earthquake and tsunami caused a big problem at the Fukushima Nuclear Power Plant. Radioactive leaks? Isn't it scary just to hear that? In fact, the Fukushima nuclear accident is listed as the second most serious nuclear accident after the Chernobyl accident. There is a lot of controversy there, and there are still a lot of situations that are being sorted out. For example, radioactive contaminated water treatment. The Japanese government says it will release the treated contaminated water into the ocean, which caused a lot of controversy among neighboring countries. However, this accident has given the world a chance to rethink the dangers and safety of nuclear power plants. There are also positive aspects, such as the transition to renewable energy and the change in perception of energy use. However, many problems still remain after the accident, such as cleaning and compensation, and the transition to renewable energy. Still, it is important to think about how these big events can help the world move in a safer and more sustainable direction. 10. Chernobyl nuclear power plant. This great nuclear accident in Chernobyl, Ukraine on April 26, 1986, is one of the worst nuclear disasters in the world. So what happened? Simply put, the reactor that was being tested exploded. The amazing thing was that radioactive material spread throughout Europe. Literally, the whole world was horrified. As a result, millions of people are exposed to radiation and still remain affected. The area near Chernobyl remains uninhabitable, and wearing protective clothing is a must when visiting. Doesn't it look like a scene from a real science fiction movie? You know, people's perceptions of nuclear safety have changed dramatically since this accident. Chernobyl has made me realize that nuclear can generate a lot of energy, but once mishandled, it can cause a huge disaster. Chernobyl is a really scary place, but it is an important history we must remember and learn.